Hometown Murder Tour is a true crime podcast for entertainment purposes only, assuming you find us entertaining.
That being said, stories of violence, sexual assault, and other criminal acts will be discussed using adult language. Consider this your warning.
I know, I always have to, it's hard to see, but yes, we are recording.
Okay,
Good morning, hi.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi,
Welcome
all
to
our loyal listeners.
Hometown Murder Tour.
Yep.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Amy.
And we're so glad you're with us today.
We are so glad. We're sounding a little NPR delicious dish. Kind of like, good morning, everybody. It's a lovely, beautiful Sunday morning in the Ozarks.
Yes, it is.
The Mozarks.
I
gotta remember to start using that.
Yes, Mozarks.
It's a
Or
good one.
Mozarkians. Damn it. That's a callback.
Yep.
Go back to episode...
Ugh, or don't go back to that one.
I forgot. That was a real... I'm just going to say someone roofied us, or we were on...
We were on our periods.
That's it.
We can't be to blame.
Which is weird because you're
Because
pregnant.
I'm super pregnant, right?
So,
yeah.
if you don't know science, it doesn't work that way.
Also, still super pregnant, everybody.
Yep.
We should probably mention that at some point. I'm going to have this thing.
Yep. And then you may not be hearing from us for a bit.
Yeah.
There may be a hiatus.
Or we'll just do an episode from the hospital.
With a baby screaming?
With a baby screaming.
Oh, can we do it in the delivery room, please?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's totally do that.
Live birth.
Just
like at the zoo. Or the
just
fair.
like at the zoo.
The fair.
Yes.
You know where you can
We'll
go
just get
see.
a camera and yep.
So,
Anyway.
that's an option.
So just like heads up, guys, I need to inform you of my maternity leave.
Yep.
It's coming
It's
up.
impending any day now. Well, hopefully not. Any day.
Well, yeah, give me a minute.
Give me a few weeks,
Give
maybe.
We've still got a couple weeks
Okay.
here-ish. I don't know. Sometimes we record early.
Right.
So who knows by the time-
when this one comes out.
Right. I might already have the baby. So anyway.
Baby.
The baby. I love
that
Schitt's
show.
Creek.
If you don't
So
watch
good.
Schitt's Creek, you're dead to us.
I mean, pretty much.
And then you'll be a ghost and you'll haunt us for saying that.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
What else do we have?
Oh, let's do a review,
Okay.
if that's all right.
Yeah. Do it.
This is an iTunes review.
That is not my car, by the way.
No, it is not, but that's intense.
He wants to race.
Get it, sir.
Mm-hmm. So turned on right now.
Oh,
Love it
that
when
was
guys
so
do
cool. Just rev it, take off like
Guys,
that.
always do that because girls
Always,
love
yes,
it.
Just the louder your car, the hotter you are.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The more
That
you peel
rhymes.
out. Yeah.
The more I
Ugh.
need something that rhymes with. We'll work on that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe my next tattoo. Okay.
All right.
Review,
So our
go.
review. This is an iTunes review from Savvy Mom of 4. This one was a little while back, but that's okay. Sorry we took so long to read this one. Savvy Mom of 4 says, "Fun gals." She said, "These girls are a bit scatterbrained, but so much fun."
What?
Whatever do you mean, Savvy Mom of 4?
I don't know.
Scatterbrained.
Huh?
Us?
Anywho, did you see that one?
Huh? What are you talking about? Where are we? Did we take notes? What's going on?
I don't know.
Where are we? Okay, so she says, "These girls are a bit scatterbrained, but so much fun. It feels like sitting with a group of girlfriends chatting about local cases."
Well,
So that's
Well,
kind
there-
of the point
that's
of this.
it.
So
You
we're
hit the
hoping-
nail on the head.
You did it there, Savvy Mom. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate that as always, guys. Like we're gonna start running out.
We are.
So we need reviews.
Yeah.
We need comments even on.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Podbean listeners as well. So
Come to think of it, I have a couple of emails.
okay.
Remind me, and I'll go dig those out.
Yes.
And I'll read those.
Okay. But still, send us your comments. Send
Because
us your,
I probably
your
can't find
rates,
those emails.
Your reviews. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump
Preach.
in.
Way to preach. Okay, so today's case, we are on our way to, I hate to say it again, but sort of the west side of town.
Yeah, guys.
I mean,
Westside neighborhood again,
yeah.
correct?
Well,
Is
it
this
seems
technically?
to be. Well, we're heading that way.
Yeah.
We'll have to look on the map to be for sure what
Kind of
neighborhood.
scatterbrained.
We didn't look at. Well, we'll see
That
a
was
sign
just a
here soon.
neighborhood sign.
I don't think it said a neighborhood. It was a different
Oh.
thing.
I was like, you're just here in Springfield.
Yeah, pretty much. They're like, we don't actually want to tell you where you are because everything happens on this side.
No, we are driving west on
Chestnut
Expressway,
Yeah.
which is a major east-west
Mm-hmm.
strip here.
Actually, this might be over by where my husband and I first lived,
Oh,
which is
a bit.
there's some pockets of sketch.
Pockets of. What did we say? We had a podcast one time. Questionable pockets, I think is what we called it. I like pockets of sketch
Pockets of sketch.
a little bit better. Cute
Episode
little
name.
areas, pockets of sketch.
Yeah. Like they'll have a neighborhood of brand new homes that were just built, and then right next to like the most depressing
Rundown
homes neighborhoods you've ever seen.
Yes.
So let's see what we're driving into
this
today.
Is slow down. Westside.
Heart of the West Side.
We need a picture of that
Okay.
before we leave.
Take
or I
it
can
out.
get out and get one.
Okay. Next we're going. 800 feet. Okay.
So
We're
this
going
is
down. We're on West Street.
West is where. Guys, this is all.
No, but this is
It's
on
a different area.
Yes.
But it's the same
area street.
street that breaks off.
Okay, we're gonna go turn on Brower.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not the street that it
Yeah.
happened
I
on.
got you.
Okay. They can
Okay.
figure it out. It's in
And we're
the-
gonna give the address, and we're gonna knock on the door, and
Ugh.
we're gonna give the people's names.
I hope they burned it down.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're
this
turning
is the-
right.
There's a Brown Baptist Church.
Yep. The Glad Church.
Not a
Nobody's
whole
there.
lot happening. There's a black cat sitting on the stoop, though.
Arrived. Oops. Oh, just passed it.
Yeah, we did.
And
Right
I'm not.
in the
I'm gonna wait
corner.
a minute to go back because there was someone standing in the porch.
Yeah.
Hey, so lots of no trespassing signs on these houses.
Whole lot of no trespassing.
Which, I
and
don't
if you
mean to
saw
be
the
mean,
houses,
why
we
would you?
Don't want to.
So,
Don't want to trespass.
I'm
Oh,
going
my.
on to Nichols, and I think if we go straight-ish,
There's a little spot.
well, it's a Habitat for Humanity
Yes.
neighborhood.
Yeah, this is
Close to another case that we'll be talking about soon.
yes, guys, West Side, man. We gotta. Damn.
You know,
I mean,
it's
we've
always
said it
like,
before. We'll say it again. Get your shit together, West Side.
oh my God, look at that house. Oh, ew. I mean, that's not decorated for Halloween.
Hey, but no trespassing though.
Do
Stay
not
off.
even think about it.
Stay out.
They are. I could drive you by my old house. Did
Okay.
I know you then?
I don't think so. No. You've always lived. I've known you. I think you guys had just moved into your place now, the summer before or something,
Okay.
and started doing a bunch of stuff because you had already had that
Are you
newsletter.
sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. You had just recently moved into your current home.
Okay. Well, no one needs to know this boring information. So let's take a break.
Yeah.
And we'll find a place to park.
Agreed.
Okay. Hey, Amy.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you know I make leather jewelry?
What? You make leather jewelry?
I do. Did you know that it's hand cut? I don't use a die cut. I don't use a stencil cutter thing, Cricut, whatever people call it. I hand cut
Every piece?
every piece.
Damn, girl.
I know. And so every piece is unique, and I get to be creative and help make people, feel good about it.
look
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. What's the name of this?
it's called Serendipity Designs, and you can find me online on Instagram and on Facebook. Just look for Serendipity. That's SARAHNDIPITY Designs, and .com, of course, if you're going to the website. And for our listeners,
Get this, everybody.
I've got a discount. So if you want 15% off your entire order, use promo code MurderTour.
15%.
15%.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you at checkout.
Bye. And we're back. We are back.
All right. Okay, so we drove by the location, Westside, and so let's get into this completely awful story.
Oh my God.
So fucking awful.
So fucking awful.
All right, so this is the murder of Erin Vanderhoff and her three children.
Ugh.
That's right, people. No, yes. Well, technically 4.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. Okay, so I could not find any obituaries. Obviously, because we'll get into it. Not a lot of family around, that kind of thing. So I'm guessing there was no one to put one in. But so
We do at least have some names and ages that we can kind of go over.
So Erin Vanderhoff was the mom. She was only 36 years old. Darlene Vanderhoff was 8. She was chosen as Helper of the Month for February at the Salvation Army after school program. She had a poster with her name and a photograph and all of that. Jimmy Vanderhoff was 11, so he's the oldest. He'd taken kind of over the role of the man of the house. He learned to cook for his siblings and while his mom was at work.
This is so fucked up.
I know. Chris Franklin, 10, loved hands-on science projects he tackled, and they all went to York Elementary. And then Hannah, who was her unborn child when she was murdered. So
we had Erin, 36, the 3 kids, 11, 10, 8, and in utero.
Yep. And so there was a service for all of them at the Central Assembly of God. And this, by the way, was in January of 1999.
Yes, January 19th.
Yep. All right. So I wasn't even sure if I really wanted to include this part. Because
it only matters in the sense that that's the connection, but it's not the reason for. Like, it makes it seem like it. Yeah.
I don't want it to seem like I'm victim blaming or saying in any way that she deserved any of this.
I mean,
she had a rough life.
We can short and sweet it. She had a rough life. She got involved in drugs, meth, right? Is that correct?
Well, let's just go through it.
Yeah. Before we go through it, though, let us be clear.
Yes.
We are not saying that this is the reason why she got married. She's a bad person. She deserved this. Anything at all.
No.
It only explains
why she was in the situation she was in.
Yes.
With the people she was with.
Right.
Okay, so she was born in 1962 in Portland, Oregon, and grew up the only girl of 4 children. Her father earned a modest salary as a construction worker, and her mother was a nurse at a local hospital. She had 3 older siblings by her father's first wife, yet no one knew Vanderhoff's whereabouts. So she was completely estranged from anybody.
Yep.
2 brothers had tried to find her until the news of her death came. They had no luck. I mean, this was 99. I mean, early internet.
Yeah.
There was internet, but probably not good at finding people.
Right.
The theory of the brother, Daryl, that Erin wanted to distance from her family, though he never understood why. He said that when we were in North Dakota, both parents were alive and everything was happy and normal. Of course, you never know what goes on in that other person's life, you know. Okay.
Yeah.
So things changed after Erin's mother died of cancer in 1979. Erin got pregnant and had a baby boy the next year and continued living at home despite a strained relationship with her disappointed and widowed father. 2 years later, she moved to her own apartment and had a succession of children, another boy and twin girls, by different fathers. The children later were taken from her and placed for adoption. So these are different children.
Well, and I like the math there. She would have been like 17.
Yeah, real young.
Really young.
His sister, of course, Erin vanished after that. After her kids were taken, her last contact was a letter to a girlfriend when she was in Oklahoma. So that was the last the brother had heard or knew anything. Yeah. Some records show Vanderhoff lived for a time in Tampa, Florida, and moved to Springfield in the early 90s. She told her new friends a different story of her beginnings when she settled in Springfield, that her parents kicked her out of the house at 14 when she became pregnant.
So just
I don't know that we'll ever know the
Right.
story, but how awful for her. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just a rough.
Hard life.
Yeah.
Moving around.
Pregnant at, it sounds
pregnant.
like 14, because she had 3 children.
Yes, but these would have been, I mean, if there were 11 in 99, she had them later.
That's what I'm saying.
were
These
early.
are
These were
3
taken-
kids
yeah, who were-
before
Yes, before her.
these
Yes.
children got murdered.
And she was only 36
Yeah.
at the time. So,
It's a rough life.
Ugh.
Okay, so on
yeah.
to the horribleness that this is.
Okay. Says on January 19th, 1999, Harold Lingle, Richard DeLong, and Stacy Leffingwell committed the worst mass murder in Springfield history. It's horrible.
Guys, it's awful.
So just these last names, because it'll probably be, we'll hear. So Lingle, DeLong, and Leffingwell. These are the 3 pieces of shit that we'll be focusing on for this part. They all 3 drive to the home of 36-year-old Aaron Vanderhoff, who was just days away from giving birth. Lingle, who didn't want any part of killing the kids, he drove Aaron to a nearby grocery store to buy donuts with food stamps to distract Aaron from her kids.
Yeah, so they already, and we'll get probably in more detail in a minute. I think my notes are a little backwards, but they went there with the plan. To do this, right? But Lingle, he's didn't want. With he's like, I do not want anything to do with the kids. Let me take Aaron. I'll distract her. Then you guys
murdered 3 little children under the age of 11.
Yep.
So while they're gone getting donuts to get for the kids, Lingle's friends strangled Aaron's children, Darlene, 8 years old, Chris, 10 years old, and Jimmy, 11. DeLong found it was not easy to strangle Jimmy with his bare hands, so he shoved clothes down the boy's throat to silence him and then strangled with an electrical cord.
Jesus.
This is horrific.
Christ.
Like, fucking little baby kids.
Yep.
Like, ugh. Then he murdered the other 2 children in the same fashion. When Lingle and Miss Vanderhoff returned, they sat down on the couch and started watching TV. So she has no idea this was like off in the other room.
They're just acting fucking normal.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So they bring her home with the donuts. DeLong told her the children had been disciplined and been sent to their rooms. And we'll get into that a little bit more. They knew each other. There was a kind of a relationship there. So it was not weird that the kids would have known him.
Right.
Or he would have known her.
These people were not strangers.
Right. And the fact that he said, I disciplined your kids and sent them away was not odd.
Right.
While they're watching TV, DeLong moved behind Miss Vanderhoff. This is fucked up. This is bad. All right. DeLong moved behind Miss Vanderhoff on the pretext of putting a necklace on her, then wrapped a cord around her neck. She struggled, grabbing at the cord. They fell off the couch onto the floor. She was winning the struggle when Lingle then stepped in, grabbed her hands, and pulled them down to her waist, according to the court documents. This is like she's days away from being pregnant, fighting for her fucking life, fighting for the life of her baby, and is winning.
Yeah.
And then someone else steps in and pulls her hands away. This is awful. We probably should have given you guys a heads up on how horrific this is.
I think we kind of did.
But I guess it's
reminder.
just another, like,
it gets real
even
bad after
myself, like telling myself.
Yeah.
That gave Leffingwell the opportunity to shove a rag in Miss Vanderhoff's mouth so her screams could not be heard. It took another 10 fucking minutes for Miss Vanderhoff to pass out.
Yep. This is where it's real fucked up.
Yeah,
I mean, it's real fucked up.
How about you get these last few bullets? It's real bad.
Okay. I'll do it if you don't want to.
Here we go. Okay. DeLong and Leffingwell bound Miss Vanderhoff's feet with another cord, pulled them up tightly behind her back, then wrapped the end of the cord around her neck so the weight of her feet and legs would also help suffocate her.
Yeah, so essentially when you can only hold your legs up so long in that position, and then the weight of your own legs strangles you to death.
Right.
Those motherfuckers.
She's passed out already.
Right.
They've shoved stuff in her mouth, so she can't, anyway. So another 10 minutes pass after this, and Miss Vanderhoff and her unborn child die.
Yeah.
Having completed their task, Lingle, DeLong, and Leffingwell returned to Joplin. Later that night, DeLong gave Lingle the promised 8-ball of methamphetamine for participating in the murders. Lingle immediately spent his pay.
Guys, he murdered 5 people for an 8-ball.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how much an 8-ball is, but I think it's a one hit kind of deal.
Yeah,
one
it's not a lot.
One injection.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you do the math?
I mean, all those,
Okay.
I feel like. A neighbor went over to Aaron's house the next day to borrow some sugar and discovered the murders.
Also, that poor neighbor.
Yeah.
So, okay. Little info on these fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. DeLong and Leffingwell and their son, Scooby.
Yep.
Legit fucking name is Scooby. On the birth certificate, not a nickname. Scooby.
Of course they named their fucking kid Scooby. Sorry if any of our listeners have a kid. No, actually I'm not. Don't name your kid Scooby.
No, name your dog Scooby.
Exactly.
Or
I'm
don't.
mad at them.
Me too.
Anyone else who...
I mean, nickname cute. Scooby's cute for a nickname. Not on the birth certificate.
Right.
All right. Anyway, they lived in the same apartment complex as Lingle and his wife, according to records. DeLong had previously had a relationship with Aaron. Okay, so that's the connection there. DeLong and Aaron Vanderhoff were in a relationship. And she allegedly was trying to get back together with him.
This is according to him.
Of course.
So,
and maybe people around her too.
Maybe. There's still... Yeah. Right.
So, DeLong confesses to the murders. Okay? At times when Leffingwell... So, Leffingwell is a woman.
She's and she's
the only woman involved. So, when
she would
back
go
to the
out
relationship, she would go out of town. Aaron Vanderhoff would come to Joplin and sleep with DeLong. So, Aaron was kind of trying to get back together, but they're basically having an affair.
Right.
I don't know. So instead of dropping DeLong and getting as far away from him as possible, Leffingwell, the woman, who was dying of AIDS, by the way, according to the court records, decided on another course of action. She did not want Aaron to replace her as Scooby's mother.
What the fuck? So she knows she's dying, and I'm assuming it's kind of drug related.
I assume
AIDS.
it doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
Contracted it, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. She's dying.
Yep.
And she has this son with DeLong, correct? Did they have their kids together? I can't remember. Yeah, it says their son.
Yes. But she doesn't want Aaron to be the mom.
She knows that Aaron is still kind of in the picture and doesn't want that to be an issue after she dies. So let's kill her. Mm-hmm. That works. Makes sense.
And, quote, because the children would be witnesses to the event, the DeLong and Leffingwell also intended to kill the children. And then they asked Lingle if he wanted to participate. And I'm guessing that's where the promise of
meth. He's like, no, I don't want to kill 4 people.
How about some meth?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. By the way, just an 8-ball.
Yeah. Also, do the kids even have to be... Not that I'm condoning, obviously.
No.
Murder is never
Never
the solution to anything, but why do the kids have to even be witnesses? If you're able to figure this shit out, can't you figure out a different location?
They're so strung out that they have to be strung out too.
Fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah.
I hate them all.
I do too. All right. Do you want...
Sure.
Okay.
So the motive. Excuse me. Renee Allen, a friend of the defendants and the victim, said Leffingwell was upset because DeLong was also dating Vanderhoff. So we kind of talked about that. So this is a friend. She said that Stacy hated Aaron because Aaron was the, quote, other woman. Allen said Leffingwell also resented the fact that DeLong had less money for their methamphetamine habit because he was paying Vanderhoff child support. So I'm guessing then some of Aaron's children were also DeLong's, if he's paying child support, or that's just what Leffingwell said.
Yes.
Too. So who knows?
I don't even know. I think that would the unborn child maybe be his?
Oh, that might be.
I think that's what it was.
Either way, he's involved in Aaron's life, possibly giving money, and that money could be spent on meth. So she's mad about it. She said Leffingwell told her she and DeLong were going to a hospital appointment in Columbia on the day of the mass murder. When Leffingwell and DeLong returned, Leffingwell was hysterical, Allen testified, and told her she and DeLong had killed Vanderhoff and her children. Aw, she's sad. She's upset about that. Allen said she and Vanderhoff got what they deserved, but that the children did not deserve to die.
You fucking piece of shit.
They just fucking planned that the kids were gonna die.
Right.
I hate her.
Yep. Okay, so, sentences. Lingle, who had agreed to participate in the killings for, here we go, $250 worth of meth. $250 of meth.
Which he immediately spent right away.
Yep. Well, you would have to. After being involved in that, you'd have to want to be high out of your mind to maybe get it out. Although I'm giving him a conscience.
No, yeah, exactly.
So
fuck
all
that. Of them.
Okay. Was convicted on all 5 counts and was ordered to serve 5 life sentences. He supposedly had a low IQ in the 70s and mental illness, which the jury didn't buy.
The jury's like, fuck you.
Nope, we don't care. Richard DeLong was found guilty of all counts and sentenced to life in prison. And he was the last death penalty case in Greene County. Until
Craig Woods,
yes.
the Haley Owens.
Correct.
Murder.
Leffingwell was DeLong's living girlfriend, so that piece of shit. She, as we said, had contracted full-blown AIDS before telling DeLong she was infected, and he became HIV positive as well. So she's a real piece of shit.
Stand-up gal.
Leffingwell died in jail of AIDS.
Of course she did.
Before she could even go to trial. So all of this, presumably, or according to...
kind of her...
It was her fucking idea.
Right. They went along with it, though. I'm not, like,
they
excusing...
No.
But she was kind of the mastermind behind all this, and then she fucking dies and gets out of it.
Yep.
Fucking piece of fucking shit.
Yep.
Horrible.
Yep.
And we already kind of went over...
I think this is just repeat.
This is repeat about these sweet kids.
Yes.
There was some more... It talks a little bit about from friends, teachers, neighbors... They were all good kids, despite the poverty, unstable family life, and uncertainty that surrounded them. They were doing well in school. The Salvation Army spokesperson, because they had an after-school program there, she's quoted as saying the children were darling. They participated in summer camps, after-school programs. I don't know. It's just so sad.
It is. I want to find, wasn't there somewhere where the police officers paid for...
Yes, there is.
Sorry,
she
guys.
said, you search. I'll just kind of keep going.
Here, I found it.
Did you find it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They were active in, they would go to church dinners. They would go to a summer camp through the Salvation Army. Says they were raised poor and poverty kind of shaped them. This lady says they always, every time they got something, they would be excited and show it off, and they just seemed like really sweet kids.
Yeah.
This is so sad.
So the community, of course, kind of rallied around. I mean, she had no family to speak of. And
this was horrific. I mean, to get this out in the news, and they released the details of the case and what happened, and...
Yeah. So, caskets, flowers, musicians, clothing, hearses, grave markers, thousands of dollars worth of goods and services are needed, that were needed for the burials. They were provided. So the community just kind of donated and whatever. They had, of course, the service for all of them at once. It was Central Assembly of God.
A lot of donations.
Yeah, candlelight vigil organized.
They basically bussed teachers and students and parents from York Elementary.
Let's just talk about that for a second. As educators, can you even fucking imagine?
No.
3 kids from one school.
From one school and horrifically murdered. I mean, it's a tragedy. You hear cases of there's a horrible car crash, and you lose a couple kids from the same school, and this is so violent.
Yeah, and so those poor kids. I mean, how do you go to school? I lost friends older when I was in middle school and high school. I've actually lost several friends.
And you remember their desk, like you see their empty desk.
I mean, it was
It's
traumatic.
hard. Yeah.
So for these little kids,
And to try to explain
No.
what happened to them.
you just can't.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay.
Let's see here. Sorry, guys. We're just kind of skimming.
Maybe I was imagining the place thing, but anyway, the community just circled around and said, they're going to give them a dignified service and burial, what they deserve to have. So.
And there's a York Elementary Playground Fund.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I don't know if it's still active.
I don't know.
It was at the time, but they just kind of set up They
to make a playground.
revamped the playground at the school and kind of fixed it up for the kiddos there.
So anyway, there's that.
That is the horrific, awful murder of Aaron Vanderhoff.
And Darlene and Jimmy and Chris and Hannah.
That was
not
rough. Fun.
Nope. I don't like that one. And to be honest, so that was 99. I don't know what was going on in my life, but I don't remember a lot about it.
Yeah.
So I was super self-absorbed apparently in 99.
I mean, weren't we all?
I know.
I was not in
getting
Springfield
ready
at the time.
Getting ready to... Well, you have a good
So
excuse.
I have a good excuse.
You do. Maybe it was so... I mean, I was in school...
You
Getting
been in
my-
college?
Yeah, getting my teaching degree.
Damn. I was a senior in high school.
Maybe I blocked it out because it was like too much.
Maybe.
And I heard what you just said.
I was a senior in high school. We're not that far apart, really.
No, but enough.
Enough that it stung a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway,
Sorry.
I honestly don't remember. Like, once I started reading it, I'm like, okay, I
Little
kind of
pockets
remember
of
it.
here. Yeah, I
but
kind of
not
remember
like
that.
so many other cases around here that are just so vivid to me.
And
so
this would have
know.
been bad. I mean, this, I can imagine the news just... And I'm sure
Maybe I
even
didn't
on
have
my side of
TV.
Missouri,
Just kidding, I had TV.
it was talked about.
Yeah.
I mean, this had to have blown up across the state for sure, as horrific as it was.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I know. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's awful. But also I wanted to add, because I just saw it in People magazine.
Oh, yes. So, yeah.
So we haven't covered it yet. We will, because it's just
It's
huge and we're intimidated by doing it. But the missing three missing women from Springfield, they're in this week's edition of People magazine.
Yeah,
there's an article about them, and there's going to be the People Investigates TV show.
Uh-huh.
They're November 4th. They're doing a episode about the missing three.
Yes.
So hopefully, God, I just keep thinking
Somebody has to
out
know
of all these
something.
podcasts
Uh-huh.
that do these cold cases,
Yeah.
and then they find stuff out. So I'm just...
It's gonna happen someday.
It has to.
It has to happen.
It has
Somebody
to.
knows something.
So anyway, watch it. If you're not familiar
November
with this
4th.
case, it is crazy. Look it up. For those of you that aren't local, it's the Springfield Missing Three.
It's
Pretty much you just
everywhere.
Google that and
Yeah.
it will come up. It's pretty
A lot of
well-known.
podcasts have covered it.
Yeah.
Um,
So anyway,
November 4th.
I'm plugging that like I have a
yeah.
hand of the game for
Also,
People
we
magazine.
did. I think we plugged the toll.
Yes, I think so.
podcast.
But
I
if
think
you
we
haven't
did.
listened to Toll, it's a local podcast about Shirley Rose.
The cold case
Yeah.
that we covered a while back.
So all eight
it's like
episodes
yeah.
are up.
8 episodes.
It's
All
interesting.
about that. It's an interesting podcast.
Mhm.
So that's kind of a local deal. Check out the toll.
Yep. Anything else?
I
that
don't
you're
think
into?
so. This is not murder related,
Well, then we can't talk
but
about
then
it.
we're not allowed to talk about it. But there is a podcast. It's brand new, out, called Dolly Parton's America.
What? I'm
It's
in.
2 episodes in. I am in love. I love her anyway. I want to be her friend. I want to be her
I've
best friend. I
always
just want to sit in a
loved
room
Dolly.
with her. I don't even
too.
have to be her friend. I just want to be in a room with her. She is
Well, that's creepy.
one of the best people
Yeah.
on the planet. Anyway, it's so good.
I'll give him a listen. I haven't
Dolly
listened to
Parton's
it.
America, if you haven't listened to that.
Okay.
It's not murder related though, so that's all we're allowed to talk about.
Yep. Okay, well,
Anyway,
I'll add that to my list.
It's a good one. And
Anything
then
else?
our podcast.
Oh,
of course.
should you listen to that?
We
should.
yeah. We don't
Hey,
really
guys,
listen to
follow us on
Yep.
Instagram. I want more followers. I'm being real selfish.
get on Instagram, people, and
Yeah.
follow Hometown Murder
Share
Tour.
us with somebody.
Share us.
I like Instagram. I'm on Instagram more, so
Yes.
it's easier for me to do that than Twitter.
And Twitter's just, I mean, we're on there.
We're on there, but it's not as fun.
It's not as fun. But we are on Twitter at Murder Tour.
Yes.
You can email us.
417hmt@gmail.com.
There we go. iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Google Podcasts. All the things. You guys find other places to listen to us as well.
Yep.
So keep listening.
Yep.
Rate and review us. Follow us.
Do it.
Do it now.
Okay.
And yeah, bye everybody.
Love you. Bye.